This is my friend Greg Hines and his daughters Elaine and Joanna. This was from a trip they took in Tennessee when they were just little girls. As a tribute to their father, I've decided to take this picture and turn it into stained glass. The borders were easy enough, but now it was time for probably the most difficult part, which is how to make the people. Since there were 3 subjects, and they were all touching, and they were all holding hands, there was a little bit of difficulty to it because, as you can see, there's a lot of tiny spaces in between them. So I did move their characters just a little bit to compensate for these. I also wanted barn wood for the frame, and my mother-in-law suggested that we go down to a barn that her and her boys were about to tear down, and we could have all the barn wood we wanted. So as usual, with my mother-in-law Donna and my father-in-law Wayne, we all took a trip down there together and looked around. And we got all the barn wood we wanted, and we were most grateful. Back to the picture. I began by making their clothes because it actually was the simplest part about making these little people. Getting their hands to all match up. Getting their proximity to each other work out just right, and make them look as close to the picture as I could get. After a little bit of maneuvering, changed the arms a couple of times, I got all the people together. So now it was time to pick out glass for the background. As you can see, there are many different colors involved here. 7, I believe. I started off kind of small, trying to fit the little pieces in there so I could get the big pieces around them. Filled in the sky. That little mountain range by his head, I didn't end up liking that. It matched too closely to his hair, so I took that out and went on to pick another color later. The big mountain in the background had a little blue tint in it, so, as you get to do whenever you do art, I added a lake to this scene. And all the little bushes and all of the little pieces of all the mountains finally came together. It took me 5 hours, but I finally got it all soldered together, and at last the picture was done. But that wasn't all there was to it, because we still had to make the frame. So I sanded it all so it was nice, and I stained it in mahogany, because against the other colors it would really make it pop. As you can see, when I sanded it, I left the original crosscuts of the barn wood because, well, I like them. The rest of the work was up to Tim. He's the frame maker, and although sometimes I think he's a little bit nitpicky since it's a rustic frame, I don't say a word because he's good at it. And now it was done. I told you he was good at it. And finally, it's time to go meet Elaine in St. Louis. We've known each other for 6 years and never once met until this time. I told her we had to go up to my room because I had something for her.
I'd bring you meat.
She had no idea what I was doing.
Just set it on the floor or set it in my lap? You might as well put it on the bed next to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Turn around and... Okay, you got a pocket knife? She got it. She got the nut easy.
It's got the eagle claws.
That's a good thing right now.
Yeah.
That's Elaine. She's finally getting her present. Go ahead, pull it out of there, honey. Put it up on the window. Careful.
Got it? That's beautiful.
Here, put it up on the window, honey, and see it in the light. You still want a frog? No. Oop.
I'm just blown away.
There's almost 100 pieces in that. It took me 100 hours to make it.
That's amazing.
And the barn wood is from a barn in Warrensburg that Tim and I have been tearing to pieces to get the wood.
Mm-hmm.
And I sanded it to make it better and stained it in mahogany because that's better with the colors. I'm going to take it that you like it.
She does.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, you could have made me a coaster and I would have been happy, but this one just. I'm so humbled.
From the moment I saw this picture, even before I got to go back and do my stained glass, I was like, what an awesome stained glass picture that would make.
That's cool. Even the shirt with the stripes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, here.
That's
Here. There's the original picture.
I'm just. I don't know where to begin. You got.
So my journey to turn a memory into a stained glass panel has come to an end. I'm going to say I really like it, and I know that Elaine likes it too.